Hello to my Uttarashada Nakshatra. This is your Vedic energy reading for the month. My name is Laadli. I do Vedic tarot readings, basically focusing on the 27 nakshatras. Just in case you don't know, a debrief, nakshatras are concentrated energies within the 13 zodiac signs. They're like little pieces of pie split up, parcels of energy. Basically, it's more concentrated, it's more specific. So check your chart for where you may have it. Uttarashada falls between 2640 Sagittarius to 10 degrees Capricorn. Primarily, I channel the energy for moon signs, but if you have any, significant planets, placements, aspects with the Uttarashada Nakshatra for a planet in your chart, feel free to watch. Maybe other nakshatra videos would be relevant to you based on the planet, based on what you're going through. But for Uttarashada, if you're not going through Saddhisati yet, you will be. I feel like, I don't know, maybe you're right on the precipice there because you're like the last part of it, but basically Saturn, Shani, has been traveling through Scorpio, Sagittarius, about to enter into the second pada of Sagittarius, and it'll soon be in Capricorn. So basically, if you're not going through it already, you will be, but I would think that you're in its midst. But yes, so what that means, so there's at the 7.5 years of Saturn transiting over the sign before your moon, after your moon, and in your moon, right? A lot of karmic stuff going on. Basically, you're feeling it. You know what I mean? You're feeling Saturn breathing down your neck. And he's not a benevolent god, but he's a just one, right? So based on what we have here, I think you're working through a lot right now. With quite a few cards in reverse. The primary energy here is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So usually I love this card when she's upright, you know what I mean? She's a woman just walking in her gardens, and you don't have to be a woman for this to apply to you. I don't read based on gender or sex, but yeah. She's a happy lady, roaming through her secret garden with her little coins, little aristocrat enjoying her summer day out. She's having a good time. I feel like you are not having a good time. That your little idyllic utopian fantasy may have been turned around a little bit. Maybe it's that Saddhisati we were talking about, like everything is becoming a little too real. That is followed by the King of Swords. Not a good time to be an idea man. Maybe you are an idea guy. You're like, hey, I'm the one with all the witticisms, all the little one-liners. I'm the guy who knows what to do. I'm the head honcho in charge. Maybe I'm the only guy who knows how to do this math formula equation thing. Maybe you're like the intellectual leader of your community, your group, your work, your family, whatever. Maybe that's not going too well for you right now. I feel like you're caught up in kind of the shattering of reality as you know it. Not to be dramatic, but I think the world is no longer as you know it, and you're just like coming to terms with like, who am I? It's like very existential because like, the world is not the world it was. You are not the you were. And I feel like you're having a lot of trouble with that. Because the next card we have here is the 7 of Wands. 7th house of relationships, romantic or otherwise, of business partnerships. Look at him. He's fighting hidden enemies. I don't know if you're struggling in your relationships right now, but I don't know if you're sabotaging your relationships right now either, just because you're just so disappointed in the way things are going. You're going through a rough moment. Honestly, this could be a midlife crisis. I do not know how old you are. it's very much that vibe, right? Maybe the King and the King of Swords in the Knight of Pentacles, maybe that's referring to a couple relationship where you're both unhappy in it, and maybe you're fighting each other and it's just not working out. Like, in this theory, if I go down the line, it makes more sense, because what I have here is the Two of Cups in reverse. The Two of Cups is the meeting of divine feminine, divine masculine, like, you know, they're coming together, they're making an offer. It could be a love offer, it could be otherwise. But when you share a drink with somebody, you know, you're proving your faith. Like, hey, I didn't poison you, you didn't poison me. Let's celebrate to this partnership. This isn't the Princess Bride. But your life isn't the Princess Bride either, from what it looks like. Maybe it's trouble in your relationship, but I don't necessarily like feel that way. I think it's more of a you thing. That's just the energy I'm getting, you know? It could be a relationship, but everybody in general is going through something very personal right now, in terms of karma, in terms of growth, in terms of opportunity and reassessing and sitting down. You know, the end of the year and the beginning of the year are very important times to sit and reflect. What have I achieved so far? What do I need to do to get to where I want? It's just a very reflective period. And maybe if it's not a relationship, it's a paradigm you need to let go of. Like, this is not working. Like, clearly whatever it is not working. You have the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands is all about conflict, my guy. Look at them there. They're all fighting. The Five also represents children, family. Also, again, romantic life in a sense, ruled by Venus. So again, I don't know if it's your intimate relationships, just, you know, immediate family, a marriage, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your they-them friend, I don't know. You know, like, it could be anybody. It could be somebody you've been friends with since childhood, but it's just, there is conflict, and it's passionate conflict. Wands are all about, you know, that fire energy, the passion, the explosion. Whoever you're dealing with, whatever it is you're battling with, it is like, it's some real combustible anger there, if you know what I mean. Explosive anger. I think that's a better term. But you know, anger is just like, you know, sadness with a mask. So, hey, things fall apart. And if fighting with people or fighting with yourself is a way for you to deal with the fact that you're sad, by pretending I'm not sad, I'm angry. I guess for some people that works, but I don't think it's, you know, like that great in the long run. Because you tire yourself out. You're like, oh, I feel like subconsciously it's like, oh, if I, you know, tire myself out, if I just keep fighting, if I'm just, you know, mean mug throughout the world, then I won't have the energy to be sad. I won't have to sit with my sadness. I can just be angry. I feel it's very juvenile. You shouldn't do that. I think when kids do that, it's because they don't know how to express their sadness. I think you need an outlet. Because whatever you're going through, it is a heavy energy. You know what I mean? You can't just let this build up inside you. And then pew, take it out on the person closest to you, or the people closest to you, you know what I mean? Hey, and I'm not saying this from a judgmental place, you know, like, been there, done that. But, you know, it's time to grow up. Everybody has to grow up. Except for Peter Pan, but neither you or I are Peter Pan, my friend. Okay, the next thing we have here is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Do you see that right there? That is literally a coin falling out of a hand. You know, upright, he's like, oh yeah, you know, I got the coin, I got the prize, you know, I'm moving forward, I have what I need. I do not think you have what you need. It is literally slipping from your grasp. I don't know if you're holding on to something too hard. Bro, let it go. If it is falling, let it go. What's that thing? God. Whenever I film, I just fail to have a grasp on my words. See, even that was a struggle. But if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, it was yours. And if it doesn't, it never was. I think that is the feeling. Again, with your relationships, with your worldview, whatever it may be. Frozen 2 just came out. I'm not going to torture you, but you know what it is. Let it go. Move on. Do better. It also could be old behavior you need to let go of. You cannot be so stubborn. You cannot always have it your way. You cannot just decide that I'm going to be angry and I'm the one who's wrong and I'm this and I'm... Hello? Other people exist. Okay? I'm not trying to project. I'm not trying to project. It's just, I've been there. And it's a tough lesson to learn. But nonetheless, it must be learned. And here, isn't that so funny how I talk about how it's a tough lesson, you have to keep learning it, and there we have the Three of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ooh. We have the High Priestess. Okay. I don't think things are all bad. I don't think it's as bad as you think, okay? We have the Three of Wands here. Maybe it's going to take you some time to learn what it is, what you need to do, how to handle your emotions, how to move forward. I don't know, how to let go. It could be any number of things, but Three of Wands means there's a ways to go, and you have things to do, and you need to do them. Set out with a plan, with an open heart, with a little fire in your belly. It's okay, life goes on. And it looks like, as life goes on, it's only gonna get better. Hello, do you see that old man in his pretty little robe, surrounded by all that money and all those people? Oh my god, it's not focusing. Okay, Ten of Pentacles. That's a very nice card. And to me, this is like the retirement card, right? It's like, you know, I did so well for myself in my career. If you fall like on the later end of this, if you're, you know, more of that Capricorn kind of energy, oh, I'm sure you're just shivering in your boots. You love that so much. Oh, imagine being old and wealthy and happy and oh la la, look at how wonderfully my life has gone by. You can have that 100%. But you just gotta put in the work. A High Priestess, a woman who knows what she wants. Again, not gendered. I'm just saying, this is how she's depicted. You know what you want, you just have to go after it. You have to put in the work. You have to do, you mix your pills and your potions and your poultices and let me know if you think of any P words that I can follow that after. But you gotta do the work. I promise, it's not just you. Everybody's come out, you have to do the work, you have to do the work, you have to do the work. I think for you specifically, it might just be emotional management. If you want a happy, successful, fulfilled life, you need to learn how to handle yourself. Okay? You know what you need to do, and it's hard. And maybe people have enabled that behavior. Maybe they've let you fly off the handle and act this way or that way, but that's not okay. Okay? Hold yourself accountable. Grow up, and you will reap the rewards. You will. Saturn, again, not a benevolent god, but always a fair one. If there's any time to learn, it is now. Okay? Alright, I hope you're a little better off next month. I didn't mean to sound so mean. But, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay?